Hello, I'm John McAllister, and today I'd like to cover just a few important things to me that I believe in, and it all relates back to football recruiting. It all goes back to the welfare of the football players and the college prospects, regardless of what level that they play. And mostly Division One, Division Two, I'm concentrating on, because Division Three programs can do just about anything they want. The latest I've heard from the NCAA, I really believe they have until May 1st or June 1st, and they were going to have a quiet. Rumors were they were going to have a quiet time after that, where you can go to camps, where you can go visit schools, visit coaches, visit the facilities and things like that. And I think it's a great idea. That hasn't been done yet. They were supposed to come out. They are supposed to come out soon and talk about that. I was thinking the middle of March 15th or something, but I don't know that for sure. But the latest rumor going around, and a little scary, is because California, Michigan, and some other, I think New York, some other states are shut down, that the NCAA is going to get caught up in politics and change the dead period to September 1st. That means that we would go all summer with not being able to have kids evaluated by college coaches through camps, through workouts, through anything. They want a dead period. The dead period, for you people that know, means that the kids can visit campus, but they can't talk to the college. They can't visit with the college coaches. They can't go inside the facilities. They can't look around. They just look at the campus. And this is really scary and terrible and too bad. But I'm afraid there's some truth to that, because we're getting into politics. And supposedly the NCAA doesn't think it's fair for the Midwest and the Southeastern conferences and the Southwest that to go ahead and be able to do this. They're worried about the West Coast and the East Coast. They're worried about Michigan. Is it fair to these states because they've been closed up? Is it fair to go ahead and let the middle states do it and not California because it's closed up? So to make it easy, the easy way out, and it's a political way out, the Democratic way out, is say, okay, we won't do anything till September 1st. And that is really, really scary to me. Scary. And I keep tuned and just have to listen for anything coming out. The second thing is with that, the college coaches really don't know what they're to do because the NCAA hasn't given them any solid guidelines. And I'm afraid it all goes back to politics. But the colleges want to run camps this summer in June, but they don't know is there going to be a limit on the number of players that can come, prospects that can come? Is it going to be limited when? Are they going to have rules? And I've been told in one university that the training staff said they wouldn't work the camp if they have a camp. Well, now, you can't have a camp without trainers. So I just think there's so much involved with this. But colleges need to see you. They need to see quarterbacks. They need to see wide receivers. They need to see skilled kids. They need to be able to talk to defensive and offensive linemen and watch linebackers change direction. But I'm just so afraid that that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. They're not going to be able to do that. And there's nothing you can do about it. I think the college coaches are also worried, what happens if you get your limit of, say, 100, and then that day a busload comes down from someplace, from Cleveland or Toledo or someplace, and now you've got 50 kids in the bus. So what are they going to do? The camp's already filled, and some guys don't pre-register. They just show up. Is that fair? I think it's another thing you have to worry about. So I don't know what the best answer is. I wish you could come on campus and they can't invite you. The colleges cannot invite you to a camp. Now, they can say, hey, it'd be a nice thing, but they can't reach out to you and say, hey, we want you here on June 10th. This one. They can't do that. So they have to be really careful. And the NCAA, I don't know if they're ready to handle all that or not. So, number 3, what I would tell you is try to get, private camps are good. There's an all-Ohio camp. There was a camp in Columbus, a camp in Toledo, a camp. The only thing I worry about, one of the things I'll worry about is who's watching you, who's evaluating you, are they videotaping everything and sending this to a college? Are they videotaping not just the parents, but are they videotaping every event and then sending to a college? What's the benefit of the private camps? Now, I used to run them, used to run combines, but we use it as a teaching tool, and we videotaped some parts of it, but we used it more as a teaching tool and a competitive, and it was only $40, in a competitive nature. And we opened it up, and I really like to have the younger guys. But go back to private camps. There's a quarterback coach in Columbus telling quarterbacks not to lift weights. And if you're paying this guy $100 a shot in 10 weeks, then what do you do? But you've got to go back and talk to your high school coach. Of course, quarterbacks should lift weights. So you got to build up their core muscles and back muscles. Of course they have to do that. Of course they may grow out of a quarterback position and need to be strong to play another position. So, things like that, or teaching you little techniques and stuff, that's wrong. That shouldn't be. But see, that's one of the few things that worries me about private camps. But I'm trying to figure out where you really benefit to the colleges. Where you benefit. They had the one out in Indianapolis, Best of the Midwest, and it had quite a few guys. And I think some schools will pay attention to that. They'll look at the results and things like that. And I don't know what Nike, I don't know what Under Armour, I don't know what those, they're coming out with the Elite 11 tryout for the Elite 11 quarterbacks. And every just about every quarterback, if you sign up for it, gets it. It's a matter of signing up for it. So, I don't know what elite means. I don't know. But those are just some things, and about the whole process, and here's what I would say. If you can, make a video of drills that you can do, footwork that you can do, anything that would help you. Running, agility drills, football-related drills, and things like that. And have your high school coach do it. Work on technique, work on those things, and put a 5-minute video together. Now, I've seen some quarterbacks, but all they do is throw, roll out and throw, roll out and throw. They don't do any footwork drills. They don't do any drills like that to really help them to get evaluated. So it's good, but a lot of guys can stand and throw the ball and roll, 3-step roll out and throw and that stuff. But, do other things that makes you a more complete quarterback. Okay, it's my 10 minutes of wisdom today, and I don't know if it's worthwhile, but that's what I'd like to shoot for. Okay. Thank you very much, and I hope a little bit of it helps you, but I would just stay tuned. I don't, college coaches don't know for sure what's going on. If they don't know what's going on, you're probably not, your high school coach, and you are probably not going to know what's going on. One last thing I would say before I do close is, if you're starting to get offers, take some very serious looks at those offers. And because take some looks and just see how good the school is, how sincere they are if you can. Have somebody call for you and make sure that you evaluate or you look over those offers really closely, because it's going to be hectic this summer, and you have to be able to plan ahead, get an idea of where you want to go, and I think it's huge. And finally today, I say this to kids, prospects all the time. I believe it myself. Control what you can control. Don't worry about what you can't control. Right now, you control how hard you work in classroom, how hard you work out for football, how hard that if you're playing another sport, how hard you're working. You can control those things, but you can't control what the colleges are doing, what the NCAA is doing. So really don't worry about it. And just control what you can control, and everything will fall into place. Thank you, and have a wonderful day today.